Rotarian Mona Bhoomkar Rotarian Mona Bhoomkar from Rotary Club of Aurangabad Metro welcome you to this Rotary District event, Shardotsav. With the support from initiative taken by Rotary Club Akluj and Rotary Club of Y, we are fortunate that through this event, we find ourselves in the company of eminent speakers day by day for 9 days. Today, on 6th day of Navratri, let us worship Goddess Katyayani, also known as Mahishasura-mardini. She symbolizes intelligence and peace. And on this occasion, I'm very glad to welcome today's speaker, past District Governor, Dr. Rekha Shetty. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome all the dignitaries, District Governor, Dr. Omprakash Motipawale, First Lady, Advocate Savita Motipawale, Event Coordinator, District Governor Nominee, Swati Herkal, District Director, Women Empowerment, Rotarian Mandatai Sontakke, Lead Club Akluj President, Rotarian Nitin Kudale, Secretary, Rotarian Gajanan Zavanzer, Lead Club Y President, Rotarian Dipak Bagade, Secretary, Dr. Prerna Dhobe, all past district governors, their spouse, district secretaries, directors, assistant governors, presidents, secretaries, and all my brothers and sisters. A very warm welcome. I'm very pleased to conduct such an interesting session on innovation and Rotary. I am honored to have such an inspiring leader, coach, author, and entrepreneur, past District Governor Dr. Rekha Shetty with us. I still remember when I met her for the first time. It was her first visit to Aurangabad for the inauguration of her book. And I remember my first impression of her was that she was very impressive, beautiful, and intelligent lady. Stephen Johnson once said, and I quote, "If you look at history, innovation does not come just from giving people incentives. It comes from creating environments where their ideas can connect," unquote. Like this, everyone has creativity brewing inside them. The question is how you generate ideas, apply them, and where you implement it. Today's speaker is a master of these topics, as she has created a new tool to develop the competitive edge, innovation, and creativity through mind's power. I'm sure we will definitely learn these tools and techniques from her without wasting too much time. Before that, I request Rotarian Sunita Suhas Vaidya to express her wishes. Thank you.
Yes.
Is there any problem?
नवरात्र म्हणजे स्त्री शक्तीचा जागर. नमस्कार, सर्व उपस्थितांचं स्वागत. नवरात्र म्हणजे स्त्री शक्तीचा जागर या सप्ताहामध्ये शारदा उत्सवाच्या निमित्ताने व्याख्यानमाला आयोजित करून आपण कर्तृत्ववान, अभ्यासू, जनमानसात स्थान निर्माण करणारे महिलांना सादर केलं आहे. त्यांचा सन्मान केला आहे. या सर्वांचे अनुभव महिला वर्गास नक्कीच प्रेरणा देतील. या आयोजनानिमित्त मी रोटरी क्लब अकलूज व रोटरी क्लब वाई या क्लबचे हार्दिक अभिनंदन करते व उर्वरित महोत्सवासाठी शुभेच्छा देते. आजचे पुष्प गुंफणाऱ्या माजी प्रांतपाल डॉक्टर रेखा शेट्टी, चेन्नई यांचे मी प्रांत 3132 मध्ये स्वागत करते. धन्यवाद.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Now I request Dr. Bindu Sirsath to introduce our speaker, PDG Dr. Rekha Shetty.
Good evening to one and all. My face has a versatility that lends itself to different looks. I like to do new things, so I always take on roles that keep me on my toes. RID3132 is privileged and honored to have the beautiful, elegant, multi-talented, trailblazer, changemaker, trendsetter, iconic Rotary leader, past District Governor Dr. Rekha Shetty from RID3232. 30 years ago, she was the world's first woman charter president of Rotary Club of Madras Temple City, a club with an equal number of men and women. She was one of Asia's first woman district governors of Rotary International and was awarded Rotary's highest award, Service Above Self. She is also a major donor. She was director and board member of different Rotary action groups like water and sanitation, population and development, maternal and child health. She was also the chairperson of Child Development Committee for Rotary India Literacy Mission, Avoidable Blindness Advisor to Health Concern Task Force of Rotary International. She was the COL representative in 2019, wherein out of 4 enactments adopted at COL from Rotary South Asia, 2 were presented by her. She has been part of the Rotary family for over 50 years as a Rotaractor, Annette, and Rotarian. She is the daughter of past District Governor Boja Shetty and married to Rotarian Jay Shetty. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. Past District Governor Dr. Rekha Shetty is an epitome of this. Popularly known as corporate doctor, innovation guru, original thinker on management. She is also a poetess, author, and successful businesswoman. She is the managing director of Far Star Distribution Network Limited, which consults for blue chip companies in India and Southeast Asia in creativity and innovation. She is the founder of the well-known Minds Power brand, having conducted many Minds Power programs in Siberia, Sri Lanka, Singapore, USA, etc. A PhD in Management Science from Madras University, her academic career is studded with honors, including 2 university ranks. She has written 11 books, mostly published by Penguin. Her books are mostly on the subjects of innovation and happiness and have been bestsellers. Some of them are like Innovate 90 Days to Transform Your Business, Innovate Happily, Everyday Happiness Mantras, Happy Street, etc. Her poems like Perfection, Metamorphosis, Tomorrow, Women of the Zodiac, etc. are thought-provoking. Dr. Rekha Shetty has successfully integrated Western thoughts and with the Eastern ethos of creativity and left a footprint on life as all of us can. Her thoughts come from a deep study of many disciplines like management, sociology, psychology, economics, history, and spirituality. To end, I quote her words: "There are dreams that do not let you sleep. Mine is of seeing India as the innovation capital of the world. For the last 20 years, creativity and innovation have filled my life with a sense of mission. This journey has taken me into noisy workshops and hushed corporate boardrooms. It has led me into debates with captains of industry and economists. It has opened my eyes to the potential of grassroots workers. I now request past District Governor Dr. Rekha Shetty to enlighten us with her words of wisdom. I would also like to thank District Governor nominee Swati Herkal, the organizing team of Rotary Club of Akluj and Rotary Club of Y for giving me this blessed opportunity to introduce such an esteemed personality. आपण सर्वजण एका अष्टपैलू व्यक्तिमत्व, कवयित्री, लेखिका, उद्योजिका, नवकल्पनाकार, मॅनेजमेंट मधील मूळ विचारवंत, प्रेरणादायी अशा रोटरी लीडरला ऐकण्यासाठी सज्ज होऊया. थँक्यू.
Thank you, Rotarian Bindu. Thank you for a nice introduction. Now we are very eager with spreading happiness to hear from our speaker, past District Governor, Dr. Rekha Shetty. Presenting before you, Dr. Rekha Shetty. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhuma. And thank you, Bindu, for such a wonderful and beautiful introduction. You've obviously read everything and then, said it so well. Second time you're doing it. Thank you very much, Bindu. And of course, what can I say to lovely Swati, who is our hope for the future, in the vanguard, right in the vanguard of leading women to the promised land. I think it is time that India showed her beautiful women to the whole world, which she has not done till now, through Rotary at least. So I welcome each and every one of you to this session on success and happiness through innovation. And how wonderful that today is devoted to Mahishasura Mardini. I want you to focus on the statue behind me. It is Mahishasura Mardini, she who conquers evil, the power of good that can destroy everything that is negative. Could you please focus on me, please? What happened? Bhuma. Thank you. I wanted you to notice the coincidence of Mahishasura Mardini, who killed the bull-headed demon by taking the form of Mahishasura Mardini. How beautiful she is, how wonderful in her power and her grace and her beauty. And I want to start by singing a song about Katyayani. Is that allowed, Uma? Meenakshi Jaya Kamakshi Kankadikavama Akshi Apratibha Prabhao Nata Madura Madura Kalankara Katyayani. This is about the goddess who Katyayani, who is also a form of the goddess Meenakshi in Madurai. And I'm so happy that you've called me on this day because Meenakshi also is a proud warrior goddess, one who is able to achieve anything that she sets her mind to. And in fact, if you look at Mahishasura Mardini, she is created by God Brahma in order to destroy Mahishasura, who is an Asura. So I want to start with this thought. that women are the center and the focus of life in the family. Family is the giant shock absorber of society to which the bruised and battered individual returns after doing battle with the world. Alvin Toffler, see how beautifully he draws the picture. The bruised and battered individual returns home to that sanctuary to be healed. And suddenly, during the COVID, we have found during the lockdown that the family has become the most important part of society. Somebody told the goddess, you know, all your temples are closed. Don't you feel sorry? And the goddess says, no, I don't feel sorry, because every house has now become a temple. And every woman has become the presiding Lakshmi, taking care of that temple. Do you agree with this? Do you agree? If you agree, raise your thumb, because I will know what you're thinking. And then I will go ahead. I want you to understand what has happened during during the COVID epidemic. I want you to think of what happened during the Industrial Revolution. You know, Jawaharlal Nehru described it beautifully, as usual. Everything he writes is beautiful in Discovery of India. He says, people were dragged unwilling from their homes to be sacrificed on the altar of technology. People were dragged, unwilling victims, to be sacrificed on the altar of technology. Taken away from their homes, herded into factories and cubicles, so that they just sit there and they do the same repetitive work day in and day out. That is the fate of most workers today. Of course, people right at the top may be enjoying the time to be creative, to be innovative. All the others, what have we told them? You don't think. Just do what I tell you. How boring, how terrible, how horrible to live like this. But you know, the reverse process has now started. Toffler spoke at that time about the reverse process. He says, all the people who are now working in this way will come back to the electronic cottage. The electronic cottage will be in the home, and every member of the family will be involved in doing a complete interesting task. So you don't have to talk about work-life balance. You have work-life balance all around you. You sit there, you don't keep running to Bombay, Delhi, Calcutta to do your work. Sit in one place, talk to New York, get your work done. I don't think we will ever go back to what we were in the past. Do you agree? There is no chance of living again what we thought was a normal life. This is the new normal. Most of the time, people will work from their homes, surrounded by their loved ones, creating a paradise and an atmosphere around themselves and going out only when required. I think that is the future. And so let us come to innovation and Rotary. First, how do we increase the number of members for in our organization? I want to take you through the strategic plan of Rotary, which says, first, increase impact, then extend reach, and then third, enhance engagement of all participants, internally and externally, with the Rotarians, outside with the community. And finally, increase adaptability. And this is really about increasing resilience and adaptability. So let us go back to using thinking tools. There are 52 thinking tools, which I hope one day I can share with you. YouTube program is being created by one of the clubs here. I will be sharing that channel with you, and I would be very happy to take you through the 47 thinking tools developed by our organization over the last 28 years. And it is nothing but the mathematics of thinking, the mathematics of thinking outside the box, mathematics of innovation. So let me take you to an interesting tool called tent thinking versus marble palace thinking. See, you can live in both a marble palace and a tent, but a tent is inexpensive, a tent is flexible, A tent can be moved. It's not permanent. It's temporary. And anything that is experimental is better tried in a tent. I first tried this out in ICICI Bank when they had 6 branches in the year 1993. That was my first assignment in ICICI Bank. And then they said, we want to reach 100 branches and we don't have the money to really spend to hire 100 locations. So we went to the people most likely to think out of the box. In your case, new Rotarians. In this case, new recruits just out of college in their training institute. And we started using the tent thinking versus marble palace. They said, why should we hire our own branches? So why don't we work with people who already have space? So they went to schools, they went to petrol bunks, they went to Panchayat board offices, they went to community halls. They said, give us one room and we'll take care of all your banking needs. And right close to my place is a school called the Vidyodaya School. They told the teachers, we look after all your needs. At your desk, you'll get your salary. All the children, the parents, everybody can open accounts here. We take care of everything. Look at what impact it had on the business. Within 1 year, they could ramp up to 100 branches at very, very low cost. No rent, no electricity, no security, nothing. Low cost and serving a large number of people. This is the power of tent thinking. I'm asking you in Rotary to start thinking in the tent way to increase impact. What is increasing impact? It is what we did with Rotary and Polio Plus. The first Polio Plus program was started by one club in the Philippines. And today, all over the world, we have every club participating in Polio Plus. So that by March 31st, there were only 2 cases in Pakistan and Afghanistan. Last 2 countries waiting to be declared polio free. We ramped up. We used the tent method. We told governments that my club will tie up with your public health system to provide everything that you now don't have to do this work. We promoted it. We created all the publicity and the hype around it. We went door to door. We went to the unreached and we delivered the polio drops. So suddenly every public health unit had at least about 100 or 150 people helping them to take the drops to the unreached. And as a result, we have been able to almost bring polio to its knees. Same structure is being used for, what is happening with COVID. Same structure is being used, and it can be used for TB, it can be used for any infective illness. Think about how to increase impact. Whatever you're doing in one place, do it in 36,000 clubs. Whatever you're doing in one place, do it in my district, there are 140 clubs. Do it in 140 clubs. Whatever you're doing in one club, if it is fabulous, do it across the country. Perfect it, replicate. And then powerfully promote it and place it before the public. Let everybody know what Rotary is doing. And we have great partners, and we need to develop partners like that. The CDC, the World Health Organization, the Government of India, go out and get powerful partners, increase your impact. Whatever you're doing now, increase the impact by 10 times, 20 times, 30 times. Stick to that thing. Don't open one toilet here, go somewhere else and give 10 women, medicines or food when they're pregnant. Latch on to powerful partners like government, like big, powerful philanthropists. Get the likes of Bill Gates, get the likes of our own great entrepreneurs who want to share the wealth with the nation. Give them a conduit. They're all looking for pipelines. Rotary should provide that pipeline. So tent thinking versus marble palace thinking is nothing but ensuring that those who have the marble palaces, we extend their reach with our tents. A Rotary Club is like a tent. It can go anywhere, it can do anything, it can provide whatever resources are required. They have the money, we have the resource, we have the commitment, we have the resources. Second is extend reach. Extending reach, I want you to think of all the people in the Rotary family itself. And I want you to induct them into your family truly. Like I've been an Annette from the age of 12. When my father started the Rotary Club, was one of the secretaries of the Rotary Club of Madras West in Chennai. He became a Rotarian. He came all the way from Mangalore. He started his own business, became an engineer, started his own business. And then he needed a family because the whole joint family had been left behind in Mangalore. And he found his family in the Rotary Club of Madras West. We grew up within the joint family of the Rotary Club of Madras West, who to this day call me their Annette, and who to this day have provided all the wisdom, love, and encouragement I've needed to achieve my full potential. So I'm saying, reach out to your Annettes. We in our district have Annettes clubs with the president, secretary, and everything. And we have also a district Annettes representative, just like a district Rotary representative. I would urge Swati to observe, and if she is interested, I think she should definitely start this. See, they may not be starting it in other parts of the world because they're not able to. Our kids still are close. They are willing to work with Rotary, and we'll have no trouble with, as it is, India has no trouble, getting more members. But if our kids become embedded in the Rotary movement very early in life, we will just have generations of Rotarians taking on one after the other. New clubs, new generation clubs for the youngsters, so that they don't have to deal with our outmoded ideas or they think it's outmoded. In fact, I heard a young Rotractor telling me, and not me, he was talking at a convention and he said, when I went to my first Rotary meeting, I was seated at a table where there were 6 others. All of them were talking about bypass surgery. And he was poor thing, only 28 years old. But, over a period, he got integrated. But I'm saying we should start lots of clubs with young people, lots of clubs with women. All the women in our movement who are already married to Rotarians, think about them. They're the next huge membership base. In fact, I'm a member of the Ants Club of Rotary Club of Madras, Ambattur, which my husband joined in 1980. They used to call him Club Son-in-Law, Madras West. And when they started a new club, they made him the club secretary. And then he became past president. Of course, he hates to talk. And he says, you do enough talking for both of us. And he didn't want to proceed beyond past president. And he loves it. He'll take a cycle and he'll go and drop the polio drops in people's mouths. But he has been my inveterate partner and support and inspiration for the last 47 years for which we've been married. And I have 2 sons who are founders of bankbazaar.com. They too have been see, women are a huge force. Already there are women who are married to Rotary. There are women who are daughters of Rotary. Get them into our movement. Somehow, maybe starting with an Ants Club, starting with an Annettes Club, because Rotary is an addiction. If you get them into the movement, it will become part of them. It will become part of their life's blood. And of course, you have RCC. For young men in villages, young women in villages who are not able to pay that much, make them RCC members. Every project connected to an RCC. We have adopted a village called Chinnambedu last 10 years. And we have cleaned up all the water sources. And because of that, you will not believe it, every farmer in that village gets 25,000 rupees more in earning. They are able to measure that. Just cleaning up the water resources. start your own RCCs around your projects. Of course, Rotary, it's now become a separate movement. You know, they are also members of Rotary International, Rotractors. Elevate Rotary in the 2019 COL, Council on Legislation, where I had gone. We passed this after a huge furor. First time it was rejected. Why should Rotractors be members of Rotary International? They don't know enough. They're too young. We are just like the parents who feel that their 30-year-old son needs you to plan every aspect of their life because he doesn't know anything, poor thing is. And then his wife will come and tell you, get lost, right? Right? I'm sure it's happened to lots of you. I've learned to, work out this beautiful relationship with my daughter in love. I have 2 daughters in love because I think, the parents take so much trouble, bring her up and give her ready-made to you. So what is she but a daughter in love? Not law, she's a daughter in love. And that means you need to let go also. You need to say, okay, you have your own life also. And so I'm saying Rotractors learn to let go. And then finally, of course, you have the Interactors who are getting ready to become Rotractors. You have the Probus Club, which you can start. Active retired people. Induct them into the Probus Club. Many people don't want to pay the fees that Rotary requires. But think about it. There are creative ways to get around it. So much for membership. And then you come to engagement. So you have increase impact, extend reach. The third is enhance engagement. Think of the time when you became engaged to your husband. Think of the time that you became a part of your in-laws' family. The way your husband became a part of your family. The engagement, commitment, love has to grow between the members and also the community which we serve. See, members, they say it takes 60 hours to become really good friends with somebody. 60 hours. Think about it. Make sure that you get people engaged to the club so that they never leave. Like we have several charter members who are with us last 31 years. We are a club full of past presidents because 52 members and 50% men, 50% women. We're very strict about that. 50% men, 50% women. We don't allow it to shift out of that. It's very, very important. If you have only women, you'll have a female pink collar ghetto. If you have only men, then women will not join. You have 1 or 2 women in a club, what will they do? Forget it. They'll leave. So get groups of people. Keep the balance. Create a structure where and engagement. We celebrate beautiful Raksha Bandhan regularly with our members. And we are all family friends now over the year. See, all said and done. India is a conservative society. Rotary is a conservative society. So we have to build structures which suit us Indians. And for us, it suited beautifully. Raksha Bandhan. We treat each other in such a friendly, brotherly, sisterly fashion. And the whole thing works out very well. And in the year 99-2000, when I became governor, I must tell you, I had no problem at all fitting in because I was part of the family from the time I was a kid. People had been seeing me for years and years, and it was not a problem. And then think about engagement with the external world. If you want, supposing you want the press to write about you, don't wait till the last minute when you need them to write about you and selfishly you send it and you say, oh, you have to give them liquor. See, press are also human beings. Build up lifetime relationships with the press. Send them all your monthly bulletins, invite them for your installation, keep talking to them, invite them to come and see your project. Don't insist that everything is measured in columns that they have published. Don't bother. They'll publish everything provided they're convinced. Press also have a conscience. So build lifetime relationships with government, with the press, with all the external stakeholders who support your club. And finally, I want you to increase our capacity to adapt. See what has happened during the COVID is it's shown that Rotary is able to adapt. Worldwide, we have collected $450 million this year. $50,000, $50 million was collected for Polio Plus. $150 million was given by Bill Gates. You know that. See, we are able to do great things, wonderful things, extraordinary things. Let's dream big. Let us dream consistency. And let us not bother about obstacles. See, what happened with COVID-19 did not affect the collection in my district. We broke every record. You know why? Because the governor came up with a wonderful idea. This is called Project Orange. He selected the top eye hospitals in our area. That is Shankar Netralaya, Arvind Eye Hospital, Lemon Eye Hospital, and then Rajan Eye Hospital. And then we applied for a matching grant for small centers, 600 square feet centers to screen people's eyes. 600 square feet, and all the most sophisticated equipment in the village, in the distant slums, in the busy streets. My family supported one Orange Center. I'm so happy about it because every day 50 people come for checkup. Over the last 2 weeks, 100 people have bought spectacles at a cost of 400 rupees. 400 to 1,000, there are spectacles. And if they're very poor, Rotary Club provides the spectacles. And then out of that, 7 people have had cataract surgery at the MNI hospital. Can you imagine? One eye hospital and 24 centers. And all of them keep feeding them. And if the person is really, doesn't have the money, we find the money and we get the checkup. And then, of course, we must support eye donation. Till today, we are burying these eyes. We're burying the eyes of our loved ones. You could restore the sight of a person, young person, a breadwinner, because you can implant the cornea and the person can see again with your eyes. Your loved one's eyes, that person can see the world again. Young person can see the world again. Go to schools, I'm saying. Find out. Bring whole schools to those. I'm saying set up little centers. Whole schools come there in buses, get their eyes checked. Do you know a child can fail in their studies, can drop out in their studies just because they can't see the blackboard? Everyone thinks they're retarded. It happened to my son. Imagine. He was 3.5. And then, of course, in Don Bosco, 3.5, they say he's not good at reading. He's good at everything else. So I went and asked the teacher. I told my dad, she is not at all a good teacher. Everybody come. I said, my father said, whole world is not created to adjust to your son. Go and ask the teacher what the problem is. And I found that her husband had just died. She was in a terrible state. She was shouting at everybody. When I sat and spoke to her, she said, and she told me everything that had happened. And I was wondering how she's still walking around and functioning. Then I asked her, my son seems to have a problem. What do you think it is? She's saying, I'm not sure if maybe he's retarded or he may have a problem with eyesight. 3.5 years old. And my son had a problem with his eyesight. Imagine if he had been labeled retarded. And now, of course, he's founder of bankbazaar.com. He got 596 out of 600, maths, physics, chemistry, 12th standard. Imagine the tragedy if we had not found that out. Childhood blindness is the greatest tragedy of all. Just because we don't have, about 500 rupees to put drops in the eyes of a kid, the child can go blind. Avoidable blindness. Just because we don't have spectacles for that child to wear, he doesn't have 400 rupees, that child can go blind. Just because he's been injured in an accident and it has been ignored, he can go blind. Why are we allowing 250 million children to go blind? Not required, I'm saying. At very low cost, every club should ensure that blindness is avoided. Go through that whole list of 6 areas of focus. The latest one, environment. Create urban forests on every street. Adopt your own street. You don't have to run around looking at all the forests in the world. Adopt your own street. Get all the people to plant beautiful trees. Ask people to plant within their homes. Do it, I'm saying. So, ladies and gentlemen, IREA, whoever asks you, you now know. IREA, increase impact, extend reach, enhance engagement, and increase adaptability, resilience, the power to react to changing circumstances. Change lives, serve to change lives. You have that power. Don't waste it. Don't waste a minute. You have little time left. I'm telling you, we don't know. We don't know when that silent Lord comes within our steps and stops us from doing whatever we want to. So today, this minute, start working. Be innovative, be creative in the changing circumstances, but serve to change lives. Serve to change the world. And I'd like to say that it's a great pleasure talking to you, and God bless. Have I finished my time? Uma? We can have question and answer.
Yeah. If anyone wants to ask something to our speaker.
How many minutes did I talk? I sometimes lose sense of time.
No, it's time, ma'am. It's time.
75.
Yeah. If anyone wants to ask something, please feel free.
I was given 40 minutes. I think I've just closed at 40 minutes. $5:45.
Yeah, it's 5:50. Rotary Nitin,
Yes.
is there any suggestion regarding the question and answer session, or should we proceed?
I think there are no questions, so we can proceed. Let me check the chat.
As you wait. Katyayani Kali Rudrani Dinani Kwani Karuna Karana Kashikaram Jaya Mudirapam Kali Durga Meenakshi.
Thank you. I think past President Rotary Chandrakant Chaudhary is present. Would you like to say something, Rotary Chaudhary?
Yes, he wants. Yes, go ahead.
Madam, Rekha ji.
Hello. How
Hello,
are you?
Rekha ji.
Yes.
You see, with all these innovative ideas, we will of course try to implement all these things. But what is the reason that we are stagnant for 1.2 billion for so many years, about 2 decades since 1990? We are struggling just around 1.2 billion only. So with these ideas, do you hope that really, is it because even Shekhar Mehta has said that each one bring one. And I have seen in many Rotary clubs, in my Rotary club also, that only 1 or 2 Rotarians take initiative in suggesting new members. So where we are lacking, I don't know. I don't understand.
I would like to answer that. I think Rotary needs to create, to be a magnet People should be queuing up to join us. We have to do powerful projects and provide powerful experiences of self-development so that people are waiting to join our clubs. You know, we should not be grabbing people off the streets and inducting them. We have to be a magnet. Like my club, people have to wait for 3 meetings, 4 meetings. We have to see whether we like them or not. We are not in a hurry to increase, but people are waiting to join our club. Similarly, certain clubs, people have a waiting time. We are not in a hurry to induct anyone. We should be powerful magnets. Like you, for instance, I'm sure everybody wants to join the club where Rotarian Chandrakant is a member. See, each of us is an ambassador for Rotary. They see, we want to know people like this. We want to enjoy the company and the intelligence of people like this. We want to join a club which will help us to develop. See, all Rotarians are people who are looking at self-development and they're looking at how to serve. Very good people, Rotarians. Everybody is looking at what's in it for me. But Rotarians are looking at what can I give? Time, talent, thought, treasure. People are wanting to give. So we have to be a magnet and create powerful projects and powerful people so that we attract members of the public to join us. I don't know if I've answered your question.
One more thing is that in 80s, we had a very good project, international project, that is polio. And we could attract many Rotarians, new members with this program, Internet. Thereafter, again, for last 30 years, we are just saying that we have eradicated polio from the face of the earth. And only that project is there where we can show the people, that is Rotary, the other people, that this is the program which we have done it. But why not we are planning for some new international project which is implemented by all Rotary clubs? That will be a good public relations, one thing. And okay, then this is the one thing. Thereafter, another thing is that prior to 1980s, there was very little competition. We had only 1 or 2 international clubs, that is Lions was there to compete us. Nowadays, there are so many organizations, so many NGOs, and it is very difficult to get Rotary members for Rotary because they are attracted to some other Rotary NGOs, that other Rotary clubs, other international organizations. So another thing, same thing, that your project should be good project, then only you can attract Rotary new members. So do you have any suggestion for this?
You know, I think every club should work on something which will be picked up by Rotary. To look at Polio Plus, it was done by one club in the Philippines. So develop something, or as a district, develop something which Rotary will pick up. That's why we have 7 areas of focus. Look for projects within these 7 areas. I'm sure very soon, once we kick out polio from the earth, and it's going to happen very soon, we will have other things. So 7 areas of focus, that is where you need to develop replicatable projects. And I tell you one thing, membership is not a problem if you have a vibrant project. You're totally right on that. And definitely Rotary will find something which is like that. So you develop something in your club and your district. I'm sure Swati is also looking at things. Develop something which the world will pick up. Just like they picked up polio, develop something which is replicatable across the globe. 36,000 Rotary clubs all over the world. 107. See, you're saying this, but I tell you, very few organizations in this world have lasted for 115 years. Most organizations are like bubbles. They come up and they disappear, right? And very interesting, Lions and Rotary started in Chicago. And you know what? Our own Vivekananda started in Chicago. He took Rotary to, India to the world. And in the same street where Rotary started, Dearborn Street, that is where the railway station where Vivekananda got off the train, the same street. It's not a coincidence. Nothing will last 115 years unless there's something to it. You know, our committee systems, our structures, powerful, consistent, long-term structures. I have great hope that we are going to reach, we will find our true calling in the next few years. So what? We're not reduced at least. So many organizations have disappeared. We are nowhere near that.
Thank you. Anyone would like to ask something?
Rekha ma'am, I am totally agree with you. I am presently acting as a president. I have not much knowledge like you, but like a polio was one project which was done for a longer period. That means ongoing project is required for the presently to Rotary. And in my opinion, in human development, like diabetics and others, we can work, and there is a very vast scope. In India, there are many cases. In our last district 3132 human development seminar, Mr. Dr. Bune already told that there is a very bad situation in India with the diabetics disease. So we can work on there and ongoing projects for a long period, that 10 years, 10 years is required. Then only can a Rotary club can attract general peoples towards the Rotary.
See, diabetes, India is the diabetes capital of the world. We don't want to be diabetes capital of the world, for God's sake. We want to be the culture capital of the world. We want to be the innovation capital of the world. We don't want to be the diabetes or the tuberculosis. This tuberculosis, they've just discovered a vaccine which can prevent tuberculosis. Did you read that? WHO has just cleared a vaccine. See, this is a fantastic thing. If you can prevent tuberculosis, malaria. If you can prevent malaria, you can save millions of lives. So maybe the next project will be eradicating malaria through vaccination. See, Rotary is looking for something which is replicatable, which every single club can do. If you are thinking about diabetes, work it out. See how to do it. Bharat Pandya, put me on a committee for positive health. See, why should we wait till we are ill? Why should we wait till we are dying? Why can't we be full of energy and life till the last day of our lives? Why should we be bedridden? See, prevention is one of the greatest problems that India faces. 1.3 billion Indians, if they were full of health and energy, imagine what we could do in this world. Imagine. See, our most important resource is sickly, tired, worn out, ill, not having enough food. That's not good. Let's look at positive health. I think, Nitin, I'm so happy you're new, you're young, because you will come up with great ideas. Preventive health is a huge field where we can operate. I have a feeling this malaria vaccine, if it is proven and if it is acceptable, it may become, but these are all speculation. I'm not sitting there in Rotary International Board to know all this. But I think that was a very interesting, useful announcement. Malaria, prevention of malaria. Tuberculosis is a lot more complicated.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Nitin.
Thank you. Can we proceed, Rotarian Nitin?
Yeah.
I request Rotarian Maya Kulkarni to give vote of thanks. Rotarian Maya Kulkarni.
Good evening, everybody. Am I audible?
Yes.
Good evening, everybody. Rather, I should say a lovely and warm evening to our most valued and worthy guest. Host clubs Y Akluj, respected DG of our district 3132 and First Lady Savita and DGN Swati Herkal, respected PDGs, and other districts and beloved friends. It is a matter of pride for me that I am proposing a vote of thanks for this meeting. But before that, I will speak 2 words for Rekha Shetty. Madam will definitely try to work according to your guidance, definitely. Then I will start with my vote of thanks. First, I want to thank Chief Guest Rotary Rekha Shetty, who gave vital time from her busy schedule to grace this meeting. On behalf of our District 3132, the host clubs and all the participants, I am very grateful to Rekha Shetty for sharing her outstanding work and Rotary's work with graceful words. Her speech was wonderful. Being a scholar from Madras University, her thoughts come from a deep study of many disciplines. As Bindu Sirsath said, management, sociology, economics, psychology, and spirituality. But her generous work in humanitarian activities, she has acquired high post in society as well as Rotary. We are grateful to our chief guest for giving excellent coverage to her subject and Rotary's work and how to do membership development. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation for the speech and work of Rekha Shetty. I also wish gratitude to Mona Bhoomkar for very perfect opening remark. She was very good as usual, and I think it carried the meeting very well because well begun is half done. Madam, really you did very good. I also wish to express my gratitude for Rotarian Sunita Suhas Vaidya as she expressed her best wishes in nice words. I will like to thank Rotarian Bindu Sirsath for introducing our chief guest, though her work is so abundant that words are not enough to do that, but she did it. So I am thankful to her and for introducing our chief guest with immense respect for her with excellent words. Further, we are grateful to our host clubs, Akluj and YE. Sincere thanks to them for their wonderful and well-arranged event. Also, I must say thank you for President Kudale for presiding the meeting. At last but not least, I express my big thanks for Swati, our DG Om Motipawale, First Lady Savita Motipawale, and Rotarian Mandatai Sontakke, who is District Director for Women Empowerment. Once again, I would like to say that we all are most grateful to our guest and we thank you all for you being with us this evening. Really, it's a great pleasure. Thank you is the best prayer, I think, because that anyone could say because it expresses extreme gratitude, humility, and understanding. Thank you, friends.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Can I say Maya Kulkarni, I love you.
Thank
Beautiful
you.
Maya
Thank you, madam.
Kulkarni.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. You did such a great
Thank
job
you.
of the vote of thanks. Very
Thank
difficult.
you.
Very difficult.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rotary and Maya, for your kind words. Thank you. Thank you, past District Governor, Dr. Rekha Shetty, Madam, for informative session on such an important topic, innovation. We Rotarians are passionate about making a good change in the society. And with your informative and useful session, now we are equipped with a powerful tool of innovation. This will help us in reaching new heights and will create new ideas to be a better human being and also develop our capability to contribute more towards improving the society. This is what Rotary aims. Thank you once again for a wonderful session from a most qualified motivational speaker like you. Thank you so much. Tomorrow, we are having Amruta Joshi from Mumbai, and she will speak on the topic language, life, and work balance. She has mastery on 20 languages Very interesting session. Please join on time. And with this concluding words, thank you so much. Thank you.
Can I ask you to send me the recording?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
can you put
I
it
will.
up on YouTube?
I will send it to Swati madam. She will share with you.
And please put it up on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah. I
Thank
will
you.
also share a YouTube link.
Thank you very much. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you for
Thank
giving
you,
a valuable
Maya.
time and sharing thoughts.
Thank you, Maya. Thank you, Nitin.
Thank you.
And bye, Swati. All the best. God bless you.
Thank you.